In this little webinar, what we're going to do is we're going to send a letter to all the people that you see here in my little Microsoft Word table. I've just gone in and typed these names in and addresses and that kind of thing. There are a couple of rules. The first rule is with the very first row, it must be unique. So first name, last name, company, address 1. Maybe I have 2 address columns. I'll have to go address 1 and address 2 or something like that. They can't be named the same. And then the very next row needs to be my first person, or my first row of data. So it doesn't really like blank rows and that kind of thing. If you have a spreadsheet, it's the same idea. Your first row in your spreadsheet should be columns like this, and then your very next row should be your very first person, and so on and so on. So that's our list, and this is our letter. So there's nothing too much to it, where it's just a letter. I have gone in and made some placeholders here for our address information to go. So first thing we do is we go into mailings at the top, and we go start mail merge. So of course we've got our letter up first, and then we're going to tell it that it is a letter as opposed to an envelope or a label or something like that. Then next we're going to tell it which data we want to attach it to. So I'm going to say use existing list. And it never remembers or knows where my information is, so I always have to tell it where it is. And this is the client list that I used before. So now it is attached, so it will know that I want to use that data with this letter. If I want to verify that, I want to see my list, I'm going to go edit recipient list, and it shows me all of my people. And from here I can even filter them or sort them or something like that. So that's good. Now I'm going to go and lay my letter out. So I'm going to put my cursor wherever I want my first piece of information to go. So let's say I want the first name and the last name of each person here, of each person on their letter to go here. So I'm going to go insert merge field. You might have thought that I was going to go to address block. I actually don't have as much success with address block as I do here by laying out my individual fields here just by myself. I kind of like doing that a little bit better. So first name space, then last name, then I'm going to go and put my company in, put my address in. If this seems tedious, it's actually a huge improvement over the old version. Even if you were in the old version right now, it's very similar, these commands, if you can find them. You do have a mail merge toolbar in the old one that has a lot of these commands on there. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, next time you're doing a mail merge, go into your view menu into toolbars and try to find your mail merge toolbar. Last one I'm going to do here is dear first name. So I've laid it all out. How is it going to look? What I can do is I can click on preview results and I can take a look. There's my first person. Looks beautiful. I can go to my next one and so on, and it's looking pretty good there. So I'm going to do my last step, which is finish and merge, and it's going to say which ones would you like to do. I'm going to go edit individual documents. I'm going to say all, and it produces now 1 page per person. There's Annette's, there's Paul's, there's Lori's, and there's Elliot's, so 1 per person. And I don't need to save this document, I just need to print this one, because if I noticed there was an error, I would go back to whichever error the document was in. So for example, if there was an error to, or a change that needed to be made to the letter, I would close this, go back to the letter, and make the change, and then just remerge it. If it was a change to make to an address or a name or something, I would again close this one, go back to my Word table or my spreadsheet, make my change, and save it and close it, and then I would just simply remerge it. So pretty easy to do. I hope you have fun with that, and we'll talk to you again.